So this is a walkthrough of the Roku 3. This is basically what it looks like when you go to the home screen. You got my channels, movies, TV shows, news, search, channel store, and settings on the left. Channels are basically different applications that you can download, from which there's quite a few, both paid and free channels. We have YouTube, Fox News. There's also some games like Angry Birds, which you can use the remote control to play the game. CNET, Twit, Sky News, RT, and then once you get to the end, it's just going to loop through. And on the right, there's advertisements for different types of videos. So this is pretty much the main interface, and I'll get to that a little bit later. But here we have movies, where again you're going to pick a movie and you're going to pay. Obviously, you're going to pay for it right then and there for all of these, and the price is listed on the bottom right. If we go back, we have TV shows, kind of the same thing. It's going to show you a wide variety of shows you can choose from, and then it should give you the price as well with that. So let's go to one of the seasons here, and they're $1.99 a episode. Okay, we can go to news, and basically this just seems to be like an aggregation point for all of the latest news, and you can pick something, and it usually will bring up some media.
CES is the largest ever by...
Bring up current media and display clips of what's going on. So those are the top stories, and if we go down here, you can search for specific things across all the different options, movies, TVs, so on and so forth. The channel store is where you download all of the basically applications that interface with the channels. So for example, here there's some foreign ones, History Channel. If you're a Time Warner customer, you can access the TV through that application through here. And basically there's a whole bunch of different, these are the featured ones. Like I mentioned, there's also free and paid ones. Most popular, these are the most popular here: Netflix, Amazon Instant Video, Hulu Plus, Pandora, Crackle, Vudu, and so on. And then we get to our settings, which your basic about screen. If you go in there, it's going to show you your MAC address, serial number. For networking, you can use wired or wireless. Here I'm using wired. They support multiple themes, just if you want to change the user interface. Screensaver, again, like what type of screensaver do you want? What's the wait time? I have it set to 5 minutes. Display type, you can use 1080p or 720p. I have it set to 1080. For audio mode, I'm using stereo because surround sound, when you use HDMI to this television, it's 2008-2009 Sharp. It can actually decode. I believe it's Dolby Digital Plus 5.1. So I actually can only get stereo out of the television itself. I also tested with a receiver from that same time frame, and it can't decode the audio either. So that's a downside for the Roku 3, because with the Apple TV, they give you separate optical audio for the latest Apple TV. So if you had any issues like that, you can use that output interface to get the audio. So sound effects volume, this is just for the volume of clicking through all of these menus. Closed captions, for those of you that use it, you can set all the different settings for the text. Remote pairing, I just have this one remote paired. I haven't paired any iOS apps to this device yet. The home screen, I pretty much have left everything to default. It looks like you can have some customization as to how you want it to look. Language, obviously choose your language. Those are the supported languages. Time zone, it automatically picks that information out. Third-party licenses, just the licenses for all the GNU software that the system uses. System update, when I initially plugged this in, it was out of date, and it did run some firmware updates. That's basically what it looks like. Also just updated one of the channel streams, and you can do a factory reset, obviously, to reset everything back to the default settings. So just to show you an example, I subscribe to Amazon Prime, so one of the main reasons why I bought this device was because it has this capability where the Apple TV does not support Amazon Prime. So you go to Prime Instant Video, and then you'll see all of the top Prime movies that you can watch free as an Amazon Prime member. And then, for example, if you want to watch this, you can just say play, and then it's going to show you the quality. It's hard to see, but HD was highlighted there, so it's going to be the top quality for this particular stream. You're obviously not going to see that with non-HD streams. And when you fast forward and such, you'll get a preview of the current frame, and then a little bit before and a little bit after, which is unique. I have not seen this type of interface on any other players like Apple TV or similar. So, and I'll just show a clip of this. So as you can see, the video frame rate and everything is very good, and I don't see any distortion or any other issues. Again, the main point I had an issue with is the sound. It would be nice to get better than stereo sound. However, the speakers and this TV are pretty old. So I'll stop that. And if we go back, again, there's popular Prime TV, videos, so on and so forth. And so that was the main reason why I got this. I do have an Apple TV as well, but I just wanted to be able to use this from an experience of the consumer, and not have and just using a remote versus you can use the Amazon app on iPhone, iPad, Android. But the reason why that I chose this is because you have it built into the box. I haven't played with too many other things on here. I have looked at, there's, if you're a Weather Underground fan, you can go here. You can get an overview. Right now it's feels like 5 degrees, and it has radar satellite webcam on the right. So if you navigate to the right, it's going to just show you satellite, and again, webcam nearby. And that's it for this. There aren't too many other options. You can go back, and then there's also some live feeds, like with Sky News, which is a British station. Sky News Live. It isn't the first option, which you think it might be.
Merry Christmas! We don't know each other.
But when you do that, you have to watch about a 30 to 60 second advertisement in order to get to the content, which is typical with most of these free offerings, forcing the user to go through the content, which is understandable, as that's their revenue stream to provide the content. And then obviously Leo Laporte, his Twit network. If you go into that, he does offer a very high resolution video stream. I'm not sure if there's anything that's live at the moment because it's very early on the West Coast. But for example, he does have archive videos. If you check them out,
coming up, does a Linux laptop really need a high-end video card?
It looks fine.
A gaming machine
There's no issues, just like regular television.
Speakers that might actually sound good, and the whole.
That's basically an overview of the applications. Obviously, there's a lot more. There are many more applications here, but and then obviously the movies and TVs through Roku, and news and so on and so forth. But again, this is just a brief overview of the Roku 3.